Yo, 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 what is up, y'all? It's Cone back here again today with another video. One of the most important videos that I've put out in quite some time. Whether you are a basketball fan, a Thunder fan, or somehow neither of those things and you have stumbled across this video, which in that case, like and subscribe, and I don't know how the hell you got here, but welcome. I am here to tell you why you should vote for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to make the NBA All-Star game. First, let me tell you how to vote. You can vote on Twitter. That's a pretty easy way. I'm very active on Twitter. Go follow my Twitter if you don't. It's in the description below. But Twitter's a pretty easy way. You just hashtag the player's name or put their Twitter handle and then do hashtag NBA All-Star in your tweet. You send the tweet. That's a vote. You can also retweet any tweet that has those things in it, and that also counts as a vote. So it's pretty easy to vote on Twitter. Or you could go on the NBA.com website. I think you can do it on the app. I think if you just Google NBA All-Star voting, like 30 options come up that can help you vote. You can put in a whole lineup, Western and Eastern Conference, and bam, it's pretty easy. But I'm here to tell you not how to vote for the All-Star game, even though I just did. I'm here to tell you why you should have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Thunder starting guard, in your All-Star game voting ballots. Let's go over a couple of reasons. First reason, if you don't vote for him, you hate me. Second reason, let's talk about some of his stats. On the season, Shai is averaging 22.5 points per game, 5.2 assists, 4.1 rebounds. Pretty good stats across the board. Those are good stats. But what really kind of makes his case even stronger is the way that he's been playing as of recently. Over the course of the month of December, he is averaging 26 points per game, which is the highest mark for him in a month over the course of his entire career. The highest mark. And he's had some pretty big months, so he's playing the best scoring basketball of his career right now. Also averaging 4.3 rebounds, which is up from his season total, 6.2 assists as well. He's averaging pretty much 3 assists for every turnover, which is also very impressive, and he's shooting right around league average efficiency. So he's doing it all decently efficiently. Not only that, but he's taking over in every single game. Our record this month in games with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 6-5. So we're playing above 500 basketball with him despite playing a lot of tough teams. The Grizzlies, the Nuggets are two of the tougher teams recently that we played that we beat. The Pelicans have been kind of on a hot streak. We beat them last night. The Thunder are doing very good things. They're playing great basketball for a team that a lot of people thought was... There were people saying that the Thunder were going to go like 0-82 after the first couple games of the season. They've really locked in, and part of the reason why, or in fact most of the reason why, is the play of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was just named the Player of the Week, which is the first Player of the Week award for the Thunder since Dennis Schroeder in 2019. So it's been quite a bit. And he's only the 5th guy in franchise history to be named Player of the Week, which is pretty impressive when you consider the amount of talent that we've had. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden. You've got... I'm forgetting people. Paul George, I don't know if I already said him. Dennis Schroeder, clearly. A lot of talent has come through Oklahoma City. And so for Shai to be one of those very few guys speaks to just how dominant he has been. It's not easy in the stacked Western Conference, where some people are saying it's too stacked for Shai to make the All-Star game. He was the best player this week. The best player. So, is it too stacked, or maybe he's right up there? Let's talk about his defense. His defense has improved a lot. In December, he's averaging 1.1 blocks a game, which is very impressive for a guard. He's using his length really well. He's doing a great job of contesting shots. Even if they go in, Shai's putting in a ton of effort on the defensive end. He's really improved, he's gotten stronger, and he's better at bodying up on guys. Shai has just looked really locked in on the defensive end of the ball. He's averaging a steal a game, and just in general, he's locked in. It's kind of hard to put it into words because defensive stats aren't great. You could find some of the best defenders and they still allow like decent field goal percentages because you could play almost perfect defense and someone could still make the shot. So it's kind of hard to put it into exact stats, but if you watch the Thunder games, which I'm not sure how many of you do, but if you do watch Shai play and watch the Thunder, you can see just how locked in he is. Both in the passing lanes, bodying up on guys, switching, putting in more effort. He's better at defensive rotations. He's using his length more, as I mentioned, to get up to guys on the rim. Guys will start attacking the rim. Shai will shade off his guy once he knows that the shot is going up, and he will come from behind and block them. He does that a lot. And it's a great help defense for a team that hasn't had we don't have a lot of really big guys. Like most of our, like Jeremiah Robinson Earl, who we start at center most of the time, is 6'9". So Shai comes over to help, uses his length, and it's part of the reason why we're such a good defensive team. The Thunder have been about league average. I believe we're 14th or 15th, at least last time I checked, in defense in the NBA. We're locking up on that defensive end. That's pretty good for a team that starts 3 rookies a lot of nights. and is one of the youngest teams in the league. You would imagine we would get run over defensively. But between guys like Lou Dort, Darius Baisley, Josh Giddey's had pretty good defense, and like I mentioned, Shai, we're playing pretty good defense. I'm not saying Shai's Lou Dort or anything, but he's pretty locked in on that end of the ball. In the clutch, this is one of the biggest things. Shai has been one of the most clutch players in the league this season. If you don't believe me, let's talk about actual statistics. The NBA defines clutch as the last 2 minutes where the game is right around 5 points. So, say the Thunder are down 95 to 100 or up 100 to 95 in the last 2 minutes, that's considered the clutch. In that time, he is shooting 45% in the clutch, which is the second highest among the top 5 scorers, of which Shai is one. Shai is 4th in the league in total clutch scoring. He scored the 4th most clutch points this season. So not only is he scoring efficiently, but he's scoring a lot. So when we need him to step up the most, he's doing that, and he's doing it super efficiently. The only guy he's behind in scoring percentage is Joel Embiid, who shoots 50%. So he's only 5% behind. He's shooting better than like Kevin Durant, for example, who is a phenomenal clutch player and a phenomenal scorer in general. Shai is shooting better than him in the clutch. It's pretty impressive. And not only that, but here are a couple of those shots that he has been hitting in the clutch.
The ball is inbounded to Shai. Temple did not foul. Finds Shai. Shai steps back on the 3. On the way at the buzzer.
And that was just within like the past week and a half or so. So I could show you a lot more than that, but one, I don't want to get this video demonetized, and two, it would be hard to fit all of these in, otherwise this would be a super long video. But Shai has been ridiculously clutch this season. In addition, he just makes pretty much plays whenever we need him to. Even outside the clutch, he hits some pretty crazy shots, and take these two, for example.
Pressure on the Lakers with this offensive possession. That is a logo SGA 3. By Westbrook. Tough, step back, gets up the shot, banks it in for the lead.
As you can see, Shai hits big time shots, he hits momentum shifting shots, and he takes over whenever we need him to. Additionally, when Shai is on the court, the Thunder have a chance to win pretty much any single game. Here's a pretty fun stat. Through the first 29 games of the season, the Thunder have 6 15-plus point comeback wins. So that means the Thunder have won 6 times after being down by 15 or more points throughout this season. That's the most by any NBA team through their first 30 games since 1996. So even when we go down, because we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who steps up big time in every single one of those comeback wins, trust me, I've watched every single one of them, we always have a chance to come back. Doesn't matter how much we're down by, the Thunder are always a threat to come back. We've come back from down 26 against the Lakers this season because Shai took over. He's a big-time player. No matter what happens, no matter what team he's going up against, Shai is going to continue to try and take over and lead this team to victory no matter what happens. The Thunder right now, standings-wise, are only 3 games back of the 7-seeded Lakers. 3 games back. If they wanted like a quick winning streak or something, the Thunder would be in the play-in race because they're only 2 games back of the play-in. They're right there for a team that most people expected to be a bottom 2-3 team in the NBA this season. We are one of the youngest squads in the NBA. We've got a young coach, and we're playing the Western Conference, which is really, really tough, and it hasn't mattered. The Thunder continue to step up and exceed expectations because of Shai. He has been by far the biggest reason for this. He's been one of the most valuable players in the league this season, based on leading his team to success. Without Shai, we lose by 73 points. He missed that game. And if he was in that game, I'm not saying we win or anything, but I think that game is a lot closer. And a lot of people are saying, no, it probably wouldn't be like, okay, maybe we still get blown out, but it would be a lot closer than that. And some people are like, nah, Shai doesn't change it that much. He does. Trust me. I've watched him play. He was robbed of an All-Star appearance last season. He should have been an All-Star last year. I 100% stand by that. I love Mike Conley. Shout out to him, but he should have gotten it over Mike Conley last season. He was one of the most efficient players in the league, averaging right around 23 points per game. The Thunder were right there in the play-in race at the All-Star break, despite once again being a team that most people expected to be very, very bad, and he didn't get the nod. He was even ignored off some of the snubs. Like, outlets would make snubs lists for the All-Star game, and they would even leave Shai off of those. But now, I'm hopeful that he's gained enough national recognition through his big-time shot making and just amazing play that people are going to kind of start to recognize that he deserves these opportunities. He was robbed of a selection last year, and he's deserving of one now. So, all in all, with all of that said, vote Shai Gilgeous-Alexander into the All-Star game. The way he's been playing, the way that he leads this team, and I 100% believe that he's going to continue playing like this, the way that he's played in this month of December, right up until the All-Star break. I 100% believe that. And he's going to make it very hard to leave him off the list. So make sure to vote and help give him that better chance of making the team like he probably deserves to. I appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Drop an SGA as an all-star in the comment section below if you made it to this point in the video. I will see you all later. Real one, say it back.